Alright, so today we're going to check out 2003 AmericanTug 34. I'm going to do a best I can to give an objective analysis of the condition as she sits today. This is in no way a warranty, implied or otherwise, and there's no substitute for an actual in-person walkthrough. But I'll do the best I can to represent the boat as she sits. The hull is still shiny. There's a little bit of dullness at the bow, could probably be left out. The paint looks to be in good shape. The decks are all clean. They probably could use a waxing, make her look even newer. I don't see the presence of any of the typical spider cracking that we sometimes see on these. Dinghy davits, a nice custom system that holds the dinghy up high, out of the way of the main, and it's a really nice system and practically new looking rigid hull inflatable with a 9.9 Mercury outboard. The dinghy has current registration. Paint on the stern looks good. Additional brackets for weaver davits. Overall, the exterior condition I would have to list in very good. Board from the dock is easy at deck level with plenty of grab holds. A really nice feature on this one is these hooks here for mounting fenders. Out of the way, they're not going to grab your toes. Got nice oversized dock ballers. On entering the cockpit, we've got a cockpit shower and storage locker. This is used for propane on some boats, but we've got electric stoves, so you've got extra storage there. Roomy cockpit is partially shaded by overhead and initially shaded by the dinghy. Exit out to the dive platform is easy through the swinging door. And at 6'2", I clear the dinghy. Not going to be bumping my head on that. The whole system is powered by an electric winch and a stainless steel cable. Storage in the lazarette is plentiful and very clean. Down here we have extra shore power cord, hoses. Underneath here is the steering gear. I'll get some still photos of that. The bilge pump. It is amazingly clean. Then going inside, nice, seriously overbuilt door. On entering, we find the cabin sole in excellent shape. Salon upholstery, also in excellent shape. Pretty much the headliner, everything in here is really, really nice. The blinds are your typical three-way blinds. Open, a little bit of shade, or a lot of shade. They all operate nice and easy. The solid surface countertop with molded basins is in excellent shape. Even the faucets are clean of fingerprints and dirt. They've cleaned the boat up well. And here we find tons of storage in the galley. 3 opening drawers, additional storage, 3 burner electric stove with an oven, coffee pot, AC/DC refrigerator with freezer below, and a convection microwave oven, even a little toaster oven. Looks like JBL speakers. Up-down table can go down to be coffee table size. and they include a sliding ottoman with a little more storage. And here we have access to the boat's running gear. This is looks like a brand new dripless seal. The freshwater pump down here below the tank. The tank appears in excellent shape, and it's not sitting on anything. It's suspended up, so it's not laying on anything to avoid corrosion around the bottom. We've got 3 huge battery boxes and an additional battery. I'll get their dates and their information. On each side, on this side, we've got a diesel tank. Appears to be in like new condition. All the wiring and everything is neatly done, obviously professional. The bilges all very, very clean. Forward we have a 40 amp true charge for charging the batteries. All of the courtesy lights appear to be operational and can be extremely helpful. The settee has storage underneath. Going up and forward, we have air conditioner vents and the battery switches and the air conditioner thermostat. The bridge is neat and organized. We've got a slightly dated radar, but still works great. Color radar, Raymarine chart plotter, depth sounder, autopilot, engine gauges, lights and controls, side power, bow thruster, new VHF. The doors open easily to get out onto the deck, but close a little more difficultly. The helm seat slides forward and back and has room for seating for 2. The distribution panel is well laid out. DC on one side, AC on the other. We've just turned on the lights, and that's all we're going to be operating today is the lights and the instruments. Going forward, you've got another door on the port side, so you've got access either side from here. You've got chart storage underneath the dash. The windshield wiper motors, though not covered by a teak box for prettiness, they are easier to get to fix or replace. And we've got red courtesy lights and a nice little skylight in the faux chimney. The windows in this area open all the way around, as we do in the Salon, so ventilation is easy to achieve. The steps are a good size. They're not tiny little steps, and they approximate the normal pitch of a household staircase, and they fit storage in every little place that they possibly could. All the switches are on the walls and easy to find, and again, storage everywhere. Jack and Jill door to the bathroom. We have an island queen that we actually can walk around. A little night table on each side. Storage with gas shocks on these so they don't fall down. Reading lights on both sides, and access to the chain locker. Oh, and he's got a nice little waterproof flap on the chain locker. What a nice touch. Thermostat by the bed to port for the air conditioning. Large hanging locker to starboard and smaller hanging locker to port. Decent, say 20 to 24 inch television. Everything looks good. There's storage under the bunk and drawers, and the sellers have vacated all of their personal property from the boat for a nice showing. Just inside the head is the compartment for the shower sump, the vacuum flush head system, and the vacuum pump forward, another bilge pump, and clean, very clean bilges. I do detect just a slight odor. Probably about time to change out the hoses. And because everything is kept so centrally, there's not a lot of hose to change out. So everything's easy to access and you're not running the length of the boat with expensive sanitation hose.
See these courtesy lights on the bottom here. Very nice.
The courtesy lights are everywhere. Really impressed with that. The shower, again, standing headroom is a huge plus. Opening port, adjustable shower head, hot and cold water mixer, very clean, and you don't get your whole head wet. It's a nice dry head. Some of these will have a seat in them, which I kind of like when you're underway, but I wouldn't call that a huge deal. You can get a waterproof shower chair if you like me and like to sit down. Again, the fixtures are kept clean and polished. Rarely do I. A lot of times they're all streaked and stained. The solid surface counter's in great shape. The drawers all pull easily. They're on gliders. They're not just wooden boxes. They all are on gliders. And you've got plenty of storage in the head. The doors are held open by magnets, so you don't have to bend over and undo a clip. And the vacuum flush head, very, very clean. Near the full size of a household head, so you don't feel like you're sitting on some tiny toy toilet. You do have your carbon monoxide smoke detector in the forward cabin. Appears to be working. We got a green light. And in here there's a opening port to starboard and port, and then hatch for ventilation. So very good configuration. The size of this room, I think, is extremely comparable to the 37 Nordic Tug, which I know you've been on. So though it doesn't have the third stateroom, you've got a much larger forward cabin than the smaller boats, the 34 Nordic Tug. Again, up the steps, they've utilized every single space that they can for storage. Behind this panel is going to be an air conditioner, and behind this panel is going to be the other air conditioner. The returns are both here. We go down into the engine room. There's two hatches, easy access from either side. Come down the ladder. And all very clean. You can come right in, sit right down. Everything's clean and new. Muffler and riser goes to underwater exhaust, near silent running. This bypass goes to above water exhaust so that you can sense the water and whatnot. But most of the exhaust is diverted down under the water. Makes it very, very quiet. You've got new Mylar type through hulls throughout. They're all centrally located. You got a few here and a few in the same spot on the other side. No hunting around for where your through hulls are. Here's your pump for your seawater cooling for your air conditioner. Water heater here is plumbed to the engine and also to shore power. Here's our water blaster. This is the seawater washdown pump that's forward at the anchor. Accumulator tank, valves for hydraulics. All the wiring neat and tidy. We've got a active charcoal filter for the water system. The fire extinguisher was last inspected 6/3/17, so it's going to need to be inspected. On the other side of the engine, the Raycor filters are bright, like brand new. The generator sits over there. The reverso oil changer is plumbed to the generator, the gear case, and the engine. And it's like new down here. You feel like you're in a clean room here. So very nice. Next we'll go check out the top sides. The door's got a catch. This one you've got to get with your toe or your hand. But it does have a catch, so it's not going to spin around. The shore power has the new smart plugs. Really, really like those. A lot less problematic than traditional shore power. And there's room here for two 30-amp cords, one for the ACs. Again, the dinghy overhead, a really nice davit system. It's a ladder, it's not steps, but it's a 34-foot tug, so. The stainless steel railings are oversized, 1.25 inch stainless steels all the way around. They've added a storage box. It's quite handy for tons more storage, deck gear. And on the other side is a little refrigerator. No freezer, just a little refrigerator. Dinghy, you get a good look at the dinghy from here. It's in fairly new condition. Fiberglass rigid hull from West Marine, probably made for West Marine by AB. The bimini top is like new. This is recent work. I know as a canvas maker, this isn't more than 2 years old. And they keep it covered in a boot, which I lay down there. So plenty of shade here with the option to fold it back and have a sun deck. Going even further forward is easy. And here we have what looks to be about a 300 watt solar panel, or remote control searchlight. The Ray Marine radar. It's not HD, but I'm sure that works fine. It's a color radar. You've got the horn, GPS antenna, and I like how they have the nav lights up high. Good visibility and less likely to get bumped or broken. So the nav lights right up there. All in all, the gel coat in this area is all good, still shiny. No signs of any cracks or leaking. But I say to make it look new, a wax would have this boat looking showroom new. So that's the top. We'll go walk around the side deck. Go by the locker. Step up. Now the side decks on this boat are notoriously narrow. However, the 37 tug is even narrower. So I think the side decks here, I can fit my whole size 12s on them. And walking forward is easy. Handholds everywhere. And the railings are high enough so that they're not going to send you overboard. And you can reach them with your hand. Here we've got our loud hailer, 3 window wipers. The glass on the hatch has no crazing, so it doesn't show our age. I imagine it's been under the cover of the storage. The windlass is oversized. It's a nice windlass even for a much larger boat. With the motor encased in its own casing here, you don't have that big hole cut in the deck. And oftentimes when you put those motors in the anchor locker, they get all corroded. So this particular model is one of my favorites. Also, because it's a horizontal loading, it doesn't have the tendency to twist the chain as many of the vertical loading ones do. Easy foot pedal switch for up and down, marked with arrows so you don't have to guess. And this is a place to hook up your quick release for your saltwater washdown. So it's flush on the deck when you're not using it. Plenty of room in the box for extra lines and fenders. And there, of course, is your washdown pump with the quick release system. So very, very nice design there. Going back down the other side. Bollards are nice size. You've got your waste pump out here. Solid waterproof locks that are operable from inside or outside. So that's nice. If you've dogged the door down inside, you still can open it from the outside. And these nice fender holders. All the powder-coated aluminum frames are in good shape. Again, like the rest of the boat, is just about due for waxing, but no corrosion or bubbling, barring one little chip here. Should be easy to touch up. And the gaskets all appear to be in good shape. And I saw no evidence at all of leaking inside. I'm thinking that it might be getting time to think about rebedding some hardware. This appears to be lifted slightly, but I don't see any sign of water intrusion at this point. Just something maybe to look at and have the surveyor pay special attention to. There's your diesel fill on one side. It's supposed to lock in. There we go. It's this easy system pops up so you can turn it with your fingers. Steps up to the deck are adequate and make getting up and down there easy. I think that pretty much concludes all of the features and a good look at her condition.
So on a scale of 1 to 10 for the outside, the interior, and the engine room, how do you rate this boat, and then an overall?
So the outside, I'm going to give an 8.5 or 9. With a wax job, it's a 10. The interior, again, scores very high. I saw no real problems. There's a little bit of wear on some of the wood, so I can't give it a 10, but I'd call the interior a 9. Overall condition of all the soft goods and everything in the interior, I would call a 9. The engine room's a 10. Solid 10 in the engine room and the compartment aft and all of the bilges. All except for the slight smell in the septic area. And again, with everything, all the septic housed in that one area, that's not unusual, and it doesn't permeate the boat. But I do think it's time to start thinking about replacing the septic hoses. Overall, I say this boat rates a 9 to 9.5 for a 2003 model. She shows pride of ownership, has been very well maintained, and it's likely been under this cover and not out like a lot of Florida boats are in constant sun. Definitely warrants a closer look. So, hope you can get down to see it.